How we doing? How we doing? You're listening to the Money Mike Syndicated Radio podcast. Boy, it's been a great day, great time to visit. And I want to circle back on the WNBA Draft. We all know that Caitlin Clark broke the records in the WNBA Draft. And a little bit fascinating. Looked like Caitlin drew about 2.45 viewers and really was the main attraction and the main show in the WNBA Draft in 224. Now, let's move to 225. And it was surprising to me that the WNBA Draft compared to what Caitlin did, and now they did a little bit, almost half, 1.25 million on a draft day, which is outstanding. I mean, you're talking about a huge percentage increase, and I think it changed the landscape a little bit because Caitlin was the face of the WNBA. Now you have 12 other stars coming in, and for the media, here's what I saw, folks. I saw all of the air sucked out of the room with the media. It was quite surprising because it got really quiet. No one mentioned Caitlin. Really wasn't her day, but a lot of the Indiana fans and a lot of Indiana podcasters, love you guys, really started speaking about, is Caitlin growing the league or not? I mean, Caitlin did her job. Caitlin did her part, and her part was last year. Can Caitlin be the main stay for the entire WNBA? That's going to be really tough, folks. There's just too many stars. And when you look at the first-round picks that came in, and you got Paige Buchers, who walks around with an anointing, right? Paige Buchers is coming from an interracial family, stepmom, but being able to understand, and that attracted a lot of viewers. A lot of viewers didn't know what the situation was with Paige Buchers, right? And I always say Buchers, but it's Buchers. Just looks at the pronunciation. But then you get another 6'6" player coming in from France. That's really special. And then you've got Notre Dame coming in there with Sonia. They're coming in, right? So you got all these players, Kiki, who has Stanford, USC. What's the difference? Caitlin came and had a tremendous fan base. You look at the numbers of the WNBA, they were drawing 500,000 maybe tops for the draft. It really wasn't an impact. But now the college stars, here's what's different, and here's where Kathy Engelbert is making it very plain, and I got to agree with Kathy Engelbert when she says this. Kathy Engelbert says, we are giving the players a tremendous platform to play on, right? So if you looked at between the two, unrivaled in the WNBA, Kathy Engelbert's right. She's giving the players a tremendous platform that you can springboard. What does that mean? They signed on with Coach, right? Coach handbags. Coach makes a lot of bags, and those ladies are walking down the runway. I mean, they got some superstars, and how do I want to put this? It almost seems like I want to say Caitlin did her part. But as far as holding up the WNBA now, I don't think she can play that role because the players that are coming in, they have too big a fan base. I mean, you got to look at it. And I always say this. I saw this with Floyd Mayweather, right, in the boxing, as I covered boxing for many years. Floyd would fight fighters from the States. They wouldn't bring the attendance. They wouldn't be as valuable. So Floyd Mayweather, the business strategy under Al Heyman, you got to go fight countries. And when he started fighting countries, the revenue skyrocketed. Well, what is the WNBA? They got a strong international presence, folks. They have an extremely strong international presence. Adam Silver opening up the floodgates, letting the players come on in from international waters, right? But it looks a little quirky, and it's going to get fixed because they're 19-year-olds getting drafted. They can put them on the shelf for a couple years. You saw the Chicago Sky do that. But here's the point I want to make with the attendance, because I want to be fair, okay, and I want to be objective. And being objective and fair, I can tell you, Caitlin did her part last year, more than her part. Going forward, Caitlin's role in marketing and being the face of the WNBA is going to get smaller and smaller because we got more stars coming. Here's the point. Let's take a look at it from another standpoint. Not who tuned in, but who wasn't there that could have drew another 1 million or 2 million fans to the WNBA draft. Let's talk about that because that's important. And I look at it, because you want to say in 223, we had 572,000 viewers. 222, 403,000. 2021, 331, and 2020, 387,000. Now, here's where the peak came in. Caitlin came in, it was 2.4 million viewers. This year, 1.25. So you can balance that out, and there's no doubt, last year you could say Caitlin added 1 million. But here's what a lot of people don't know and a lot of people aren't looking at. Money Mike, you know me, I'm going to bring it to your attention, is that they've got some players that did not get drafted. Now, let's look at the draft collectively and let's look at the players who didn't submit for the draft. And would they have drew over 1 million and took that to 3 million for draft-wise? So let's look who wasn't there and who could be there in the future. With Juju Watkins wasn't there. Juju Watkins comes in that draft. Man, you're drawing 3 million plus, right? Okay, so you got to understand that, and you got to look at that. Okay, you got Hannah, right? You got Audie Cooks, Iowa State. You got Malaysia Foley, South Carolina. You got all the Olivia Miles. You got all these players who are on their way, right? And when you get all those stars, you don't have Becks in there, right? You got the big tree trunk out of USC. You get all those players in the draft. The draft will change because the difference now is social media marketing. These players are active in social media. It's creating a way of return. The WNBA and NBA knows it's a digital marketing brand is where their product is, and now they have a selection of stars. And when you have that many stars that take the court on each and every game, 41 national TV games is going to feature a star across the court on every game. Whether it's a United States of America star or an international star where the game is going. It's FIBA basketball. It's 5 out. The ladies coming in now that played in the WNBA, they all shoot 40%. They all can shoot it from 40% from the field. Maybe getting a little bit down there, 30, 33, 35, but you're going to see 40% three-point shooters. So the game has changed. And, you know, you got to look at that because the investment came and the hype. I told you, Caitlin Clark did her part. She revolutionized the game. She's caused an earthquake with NIL money in the NCAA's. Players are transferring and leaving. And I saw something I hadn't seen. You know, when I looked at it, you know, you got a player like Haley Van Lith. Haley Van Lith played 5 years of college basketball. I had to scratch my head on that. I started looking at her stats because I was looking at her and James, and I wanted to know who was the best. Haley played 5 years of college basketball, right? And that I haven't seen that before. But what did it do? It gave her a position to do something I've never seen anybody do. I haven't seen it done in men's. I haven't seen a player go from Louisville, right? You're going to play basketball. You play there. You go to LSU. You're going to play basketball. You go there. Then you go to TCU. You're playing basketball. You go there. And then you get drafted in the first round. I haven't seen a player play for I don't think I've seen it in the NBA. Guy transfers 3 times. You're losing draft stock. She transferred 3 times and gained draft stocks. And Haley Van Lith has a fan base. Haley Van Lith's a baller. She's entertaining. She's a grinder. She loves the game. She gets out there, Olympic team, 3-on-3. She's given everything she's got, and her fans love her. So when it gets to these players and the fans now, they're just bringing so many on their own. And here's where I've always said to Kathy Engelbert, Adam Silver, let those players sell tickets on their apps and really let it just go. Because some of them now, if they put a post out, buy tickets, come to my game tonight, the fans are coming. And that's the new digital brand. So it is what it is. I just want to bring that to your attention. Caitlin's still Caitlin. The only thing I dislike about the way they market it, Caitlin hasn't played. I mean, it's been a year since we've seen Caitlin. I mean, a year. And all these other players have been playing in college. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it sucked all the air out of the room that Caitlin was in. And the media's fickle. Like, this is what we do, right? We suck all the air out of one player. We'll go over and cover the other and give them all the attention. It was like, wow, I didn't know that could happen, but it did. Now Caitlin's got to come back and redeem it, and she's redeeming it against stars. So I wanted to bring that to you. You know what? It's always my opinion. I enjoy your fans. I enjoy your comments and everything. And we're just going to get better and better. We came in last year and we understood it and we stuck with the WNBA, and I think it's fantastic, right? So now we're just going to put it on the floor. This is the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. We love you. We thank you. Appreciate you tuning in, and all things are possible to those who believe. We'll see you soon.